Before you buy the ILIA True Skin Serum Concealer, watch this honest review. Here we go. Welcome to the channel. I'm Britt, creator of The Style Shaker. I try all these products out for you, share my brutally honest reviews so you have an idea of what to buy and what not to buy. That's my shtick. I have reviewed this years and years ago. This has been on favorites lists in the past. I'm gearing up for an update to the Britt's Picks list, which is out of all the hundreds of products I've tried, those are my favorites all in one spot. And I wanted to test it out again, and I was pretty surprised. These are the 5 things that I want you to know before you buy this product, and my final verdict. Would I buy it again? Do I think it's worth the money? If not, I'm gonna provide alternates and suggestions that you might want to check out instead. Let's talk about ingredients. They're not about fear-mongering here. This is skincare meets makeup. Pretty much everything is right now. Is capric triglyceride, which is a coconut oil derivative. So for those of you that need to avoid all the coconuts, then walk away. Other than that, I'm not seeing any giant red flags. It just really depends on what your threshold is for ingredients. Some of these are definitely synthetic. I'm okay with that, but it is personal, bio-individual. So what works for me might not work for you. Check out the list. Demo and application. So application here, doe foot concealer, usually one of my favorite ways to apply concealer, not only because it's precise, but I can also put it elsewhere on the face and use it as a multitasker. The brand does recommend using their primer and powder. I mean, of course they do. I'm totally fine with that. I just am not the kind of person that likes to use a primer. Powder, on the other hand, usually goes hand in hand with, I'm saying hand a lot, with concealers like this because I need to set it or else it creases. So I didn't use primer, I used powder. I liked using a brush to kind of get it spread out evenly, and it has a lot of slip to it. It's silkier, almost like what you would feel with a product that has things like silicones in it. So I would do that, glide it across, and then I would press it in with the finger, and then around the face I would use a sponge again. Sometimes I would use a sponge closer into the corners because it's thin, it's lightweight, but because it's so slick, I found it just settle really quickly into fine lines and just natural creases like the eyelid. I use this as a primer for my eyelid. It was okay and it was easy. I'll talk more about creasing in a second, so I gave it a 4 out of 5 for application. Time to talk about coverage. We're gonna talk about creasing as well. If you're finding this information helpful, if you like these honest reviews and you wanna keep seeing more of them, please consider taking 2 seconds, hit that like button. It has a huge impact over here. Coverage that's supposed to correct and perfect. We'll leave whatever. Medium coverage is really all I want to know, and it's color correcting and things like that. So I would say it absolutely got to medium in terms of coverage really quickly. It goes on over makeup really nicely too. Got a 4 out of 5 there. Now for creasing, I don't remember it being this bad. I don't remember the creasing being as bad. You have to consider the prep on the face. Things change. My skin has definitely shifted and changed over the past, I don't know, 4 years that I've been doing this. There's a lot of different variables. It's supposed to be creaseless, and that was, you know, gotta be careful with that claim, you guys. It's not creaseless. Maybe they mean it's creaseless and then you apply other stuff like the primer and the powder and then it's creaseless. That doesn't mean just this alone is great. I'm going on a tangent. Creasing happened and it wasn't like I had to wait 8 hours to see it, although I will talk about that too. I think younger skin types, people who are not looking for as strong of coverage, looking for more of a slip to it, like a glide on, a lightweight natural finish with some good coverage, might absolutely love this product. I think mature skin types, specifically those that have more oily skin because you're going to want to press it with a powder, that's going to cause some other things to happen, might not be your best bet. Theories, correct me if I'm mistaken in the comments and you've already tried it. Actually, I would love other perspectives here because I'm only one person and I love getting a variety of POVs. I think it got a 2 out of 5. So let's talk about the wear test here. It was kind of like a mini womp womp, you know. Coverage held up okay. There's a little bit of texture, a little bit of shifting and gathering that I saw, but it really wasn't obvious. It just didn't look great. That's why I didn't give it a 2, I gave it a 3 out of 5. There is one note about oxidation that I want to talk about, and you're like, what is oxidation? Or maybe you already know. I didn't know. It causes the formula, the exposure to oxygen, causes things to yellow a bit. This is pretty notorious for oxidizing on me. I have the shade Yucca, and it is pretty notorious for turning yellow in this container. It's not like a 1.5 years later. Total score here is a 12 out of 20. For something that I used to love. It's crazy. It's like opposites day. I just did an update for another concealer. It's complete reverse too, so I don't know. The final verdict here, would I buy it again? Is it going to be on Britt's Picks list? Probably already know the answer. No, I wouldn't. I wouldn't buy it again. Like a lot of ILIA, I've reviewed a lot of ILIA over here. You can check that out. But this is not gonna make it. It's the creasing and the wear test. I could use this instead of a foundation on light coverage days. That I would do. I will continue to do because I want to use this. Under the eye, it just wasn't really nailing it for me anymore. So the bonus content, some other options that you might want to check out if you're still on the hunt. There's the Fit Glow products. So there is the concealer from Fit Glow and the Conceal Plus, I believe, and the corrector. I personally like the peach corrector more. Isn't as thick or dense, but the Conceal Plus is a really strong brightening doe foot concealer. Gotta zhuzh with the application there a little bit, but I feel like if you're looking for that, I would just check it out, see if you can get a sample. Hint to Wet Perfecting Concealer, also just incredible. It's an incredible pot concealer. It might crease on you a little bit. A lot of these might. Concealer can do that with mature skin, anybody who has fine lines. But Hint to Wet is wonderful. A very little bit goes a long way. It's a cult favorite for a reason. Really, truly, truly, I actually love using it under my eyebrows. It gives this lift. You don't need a lot or else it's gonna look clown makeup-y, but oof, it's good. And then the last I would mention is the Han concealer. I used to say it was a bit more budget friendly. Now it's 20 bucks, so it's no longer under 20. I really don't think 20 is like super budget friendly. So I need to find a better alternative for that. It's worth checking out. It's again a little bit thicker, but a lot of people swear by the Han doe foot concealer. That was what the scorecard said. It was like a little bit of a shift here. By little, I mean a lot. That's what I think. What do you think about this concealer? Is it your go-to? Or are you like, no, I can't stand this. This is my favorite. Share in the comments below. I'm gonna go test out some more products and I'll see you right back here real soon. Until then, bye. Don't like I like giving twos. I don't. It's weird. Blue, stop it.